Okay, moving right along. Um, Good opener. Standardized tests may hinder ritual thinking. Okay, good statements. Now, should. Don't use should till you start using some evidence. Okay, we have a good thesis. I move down. If you see squiggly lines under a word, that means it needs to be adjusted. Subject verb agreement. Good signal phrase. I like to see the names or the name of the writer before the title and before you quote the writer. Good use of quote, good explanation, good reasoning. So I praise the good things. I mark when the citations or the incorporation of the citations are clumsy. Let's go down to the works cited page. We don't need this whole long URL. You need part of the URL. Just stop at the home page. If it's a database, it doesn't need to be underlined like that. Okay, this looks to be a pretty good one. So again, I'm doing this so I don't have to go through every single essay and show you all of this. Here are the main requirements or the main adjustments you need to make. Introduce your sources and what they write before you quote them. Watch that your assertions don't pile up without using support. That means if you keep going on and on in a paragraph and you don't use a source, then you need to try to get the source in there. And I'll continue with that. These are the kinds of things I will put on your essay. Use a signal phrase, cite writers. Don't let the whole paragraph stand on its own without source support. Personal experience is okay for a springboard, but doesn't constitute support from a source. Don't let the quote end the paragraph, end with your own thought. If I put that on one essay, I put it on 50. So I'm trying to show you with these half dozen essays what is good and what to look out for. So rough position, again, it's not under the date. Get used to putting what the assignment is or what the essay draft is, because then I want to see revised position here for the next essay. Okay, good enough title. So we're going to have a little personal experience. That's good to open it up, but according to the National Cancer Institute, that's good for facts, but let's have a thesis. Looks like we have a thesis. Let's get some writers in here right away. And good, Dr. John Luther, and who John Luther is and why he's qualified to comment on this. Good, but this is APA style. Putting the date and paragraph number in parentheses is not called for. I'm trying to get you guys to get used to using the name of the source in a signal phrase in the sentence to introduce the quote instead of paraphrasing or using a quote and then sticking a name in parentheses. That's a general rule that is going to gain you points if you do it. So again, we have more statistics. Now we have a couple of doctors. Good, better signal phrase. The authors are put before the quote. Good. Let's move on down. Identify the opposition. This formatting is all over the place. I can only point you to the OWL Purdue and all the other MLA resources, but the best resource to use is Chapter 24, because Chapter 24 is the chapter that has a sample essay. So go to page 666 and use the sample essay when you're writing the essay. It's almost getting to 5 minutes. So I'm showing you now what it looks like when I look in, turn it in. Again, go to GradeMark if you don't know how to see my comments. I'm going to put comments on here. It's not the revised position. This is the rough draft. That's why I want the correct name of the assignment under the date. There's no reason to put the word count there. The title's okay. You don't need to say what you are going to write. Just start showing the reader the points that you want to make. Good introduction of source. If you mention the author in the sentence, you don't need it in parentheses. All of these are loaded into here as grade marks, but I take the time to make a personal comment with the text right in here to make sure you do it right. Again, pay attention to the purple bubbles. They get in the way of making sense. Don't finish with the quote, finish with the explanation. I know I'm talking fast, otherwise these videos would be 10 minutes long and many of you would not look at them at all. Okay, I'm freezing right here, so I'm done with this. I just want to make sure that you understand that when you use a source, try to get a signal phrase in there, put the name of the source first, then use the quote, then explain the quote. That is the formula. It's right on the prompt. It's in various documents, and that's how you write the essay. So once you do the rough peer mark, I will put these demos in the module for you to look at for how to revise the essay. Thank you very much.